Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. If you think so. You're the one with the controls here. I'm just clicking on things. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Ah ha ha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. Monica, I was going to make a decision, and I was prepared to live with it, whatever the fuck it actually resulted in. I wouldn't... It's complicated. I like Yuri. I like her a lot. However, I don't think she's entirely right, and she needs to be a little bit better about certain situations. However, Natsuki is not entirely right at all, either. So, it's a delicate situation that needs to be sorted out properly with care and, well, maybe also putting your foot down here, but I'm a man. This is one of the situations where I can, in fact, bite the bullet, roll up my sleeve, and dive headfirst into the fucking muck. But sometimes it's not that. And sometimes doing that is actually some of the worst situation that I could possibly have put myself in. But, well, Monica, you forced me to not make a decision, so what now? I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. I could have done it for you, as fucked up as the situation is. You understand that, right? It's the difficult thing, if I'm going to be entirely honest, standing next to probably the devil herself. It's a difficult thing sometimes. Maybe you're more human than I took you for. But if you'd have let me do it, I would have done it. Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Haha. Yeah. Right. Just Monica. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Wow, it's almost like without the one person to counterbalance the situation, everything's gone to shit and everyone's crying and their feelings are hurt. Good job, Monica. You're the reason this happened. In fact, if you had let me horribly cripple myself by having to carry that woman, well, maybe she'd still be around and she'd probably be able to sort out situations like this. I kind of understood what Sayori was going for. She was trying to help, but, well, she didn't leave anything for herself. I could have tried to give her that little bit back, but you took her from me. And now we have to deal with this. Great job, class president. Great job. Well, it looks like they're done. Yeah, they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk, with her palms on her forehead. Oh, there's the painting. There's a fucking picture again. All right, you know what? Well, time to be a man again, I suppose, folks. My mistakes and my bad decisions and the horrible, horrible nature of life is haunting me currently, but we're in the middle of a shit situation right now. Everyone's at their fucking limit emotionally, and the woman that I love is crying. Or, well, stuck inside herself right now and having a really bad time. So this is the part where we actually need to sit and hold hands. Yuri? I didn't mean it. You probably meant it, but that doesn't matter. You were arguing and you were reaching for the sharpest knives that you could to jab her with. Unintentionally spoiling anything. Not intending there, but I know how that feels. When you're in an argument, you want to win the argument. This is why no one talks This is why there's no valuable arguments to be had on places like Twitter or Tumblr. But what's a Tumblr? It's 2020. What's a Tumblr? I don't know what a Tumblr is. But, yeah, no. You can get ahead of yourself and you make yourself feel bad by defending yourself. If you didn't mean it, or you didn't want it to be that big of a deal, you should apologize, and I will help you. But, where are you going, game? Because obviously you're not going to let me make key decisions. I believe you. I do. So, continue on. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Well, it was bad enough to make her fucking cry, so it must have been real fucking bad. Or did. Fontaman, please don't hate me. I don't hate you. Just calm down. Please, woman, relax. I'm not like this. I'd like to see what you're really like. But of course, we have to do this dance here, even if this is a subversion of expectations. We have to do this dance where she has to deny and she has to hide who she really is, even though I think I have an inkling of what it is, and I like it, and I'd like to hasten its approach. However, unfortunately, this is a story and there's still a structure. Even if we are being surreal and meta and, subverting expectations, there's still a dance here. There's something wrong with me today. You're making excuses, but sure. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Yes, because Monika is going to work her magic back there, being the devil herself. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay here a little bit longer. Oh, please. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. Can we walk home? I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. It is. It is entirely that. Monika, could you give us a moment here? I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Fontaman. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Wow, okay. Damn it, I thought we were gonna have something! Damn it! You see, that's the thing, though. I knew something was coming, but I didn't... It's not like I was afraid of it. I wanted it to happen. Please, woman! Disrobe and let me see every inch of that dark, fucking demented heart that you're hiding. Please! Lewd, yes, I know, but still, fuck! But what do we do now? Okay, so... unrestrained. Yeah, right. Sorry about being unrestrained. Unrestrained. The notion seems like a dream. Never actually having to care about how you express yourself. Being able to live comfortably and happy, knowing that you will always get your fill of expression and nothing bad will ever happen. I suppose we can see Nightgown being lewd there, but The dream of unrestrained. The dream of exposing your essence. Yes, good. Can't do love yet. Not yet. To hide oneself is to put oneself in pain. Yet, the feeling of true expression brings about a sort of bliss. True happiness. Or at least that's what you imagine. But even true expression cannot avert tragedy. Being in this situation is obviously a tremendous mess, so yeah, disarray. It puts you in a disarray when you express yourself fully. You expect something good to happen, and then you get a bad thing. You make it even worse. It would seem at odds with the philosophy that you wish to actually maintain, that hiding yourself is bad and expressing yourself is always good, right? I suppose. And in some cases, is uncontrollable. And that in itself leads to misery. Doesn't always, but always has a habit of tending towards misery. Maybe happening. Sometimes, yeah, you just make shit worse. Even if you try to make yourself happy, you just make things seemingly worse. And this notion should... Well, I suppose this event, to express oneself, thinking that it's going to be great and not, which is actually seemingly on part of what we just experienced by accident, now that I'm realizing. An argument is one's true expression against, another person. And, having an argument lead something worse should lead to something worse. Often forces people to withhold themselves, to go unrequited. And that idea to withhold oneself brings about a sort of peace for a moment. Makes it so you can breathe when no one else, if you know no one else is watching. However, that in itself doesn't feel entirely right, even in that moment. It feels as though withholding yourself and running away is, well, also forsaking your pride. And that just makes you feel awful in new and excitingly different ways. So, to withhold oneself from that expression, the true expression, is, in a way, a defeat again. It's something that makes you feel awful, right? It's still somewhat rhyming. The thing that you want to make yourself feel good leads to things that are bad, but also the thing that you think will avoid the bad things and make you feel good for a time will also make you feel bad eventually. Double negative. Faced with this, I suppose if you're only going to get bad things either way, if you withhold yourself, you'll feel awful, and if you don't withhold yourself, you'll potentially make horrible things happen to other people or yourself. And, well, that's still a negative outcome, so I suppose at that end, people, like myself at some times, would like to disown ourselves, to not be us, to go do something else. Supposedly where isekai comes from, to just stop doing everything and go somewhere else. Do something entirely different. Just have someone appear behind you and clap their hands and say, well, that was absolutely terrible, let's go do something else now. But that realization in itself, or rather that decision to disown yourself from these problems, still hurts in a way because you will still be thinking that you ran away again. Doesn't look like there's a happy way to end that after all that. But I suppose, to be entirely accurate about how I come out of these situations, or where I go, where my mind goes in these situations, faced with these overwhelming odds, or overwhelming negative outlooks, I still find myself sitting alone, because it causes less problems. I suppose there's no definite end to this, because I haven't found a definite answer to deal with these situations in my life. I'm 29, in some cases old, in some cases still very young. But... I suppose that is the point of this. Or rather, the point that I'm laboriously attempting to reach with this attempt at a poem through 20 words. That... all of these situations lead to a negative, can seemingly end in a negative outcome. And I'd like to put a note of hope at the end of this, but it doesn't seem like I'm in that mood today. But however, you still have to decide in these situations what you believe in or what you want to do. And if you decide against yourself too often, you'll never get what you want and you'll never be happy. However, if you decide against what you want, you'll be alone and never make anyone else happy, and maybe make yourself unhappy in that regard as well, depending on what kind of person you are. And sitting alone and withholding from the entire thing means you go nowhere and you never have a chance at happiness. Yet, I suppose that is the moment where you should stop. There shouldn't be anything else there, I guess, with the choices that are being put in front of me. The confusion in this writing is the confusion of sitting at that moment alone, unable to make a decision. Unsure about the future, and not confident enough to pick a option and stick with it. I suppose that is the point, the confusion. But, I had another one, though. I thought that was the end, but eh. Alone for an eternity. Because there are happy things, but they don't make any sense. But alone for an eternity. An indecision. Well, Yuri's gonna like that, I can tell. I have no idea what's gonna happen now, but I would have liked to have that discussion with Yuri about all the, the dark things that dwell within her tortured heart. But still gotta do the act! But hold on, folks, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom, so one sec. Okay, folks, I'm back, and well, that was probably my first genuine writing, or rather, I suppose I was, doing genuine things back in the original Let's Play, or rather, the original first part of this, where I was, in fact, writing things as I would have given that situation. But I don't know, I guess that one was the first genuine one we had today, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the first one now, but it's been a while. Well, it's been been about 2 hours, so I'm going with the flow here because I want to see where this is going, but enough. I'll save my words for later, I guess. You're already getting a lot of them, and remember, this is what your money pays for. So let me just double check here. Okay, good. All right, so another day passes, and it's time for a club meeting already. Yeah, right. I'm still really disappointed that we just cut out of that. I wanted to see where that was going, but we just kind of glitched out of that shit. I wanted to have a special moment alone with Yuri in the classroom. This is where the holding hands until they're sweaty comment comes back in here. Come on, you should know this already, but okay, fine. Rob it from a video game. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Yeah, right, aside from the horrible argument where everyone's feelings were hurt. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Fontaman. Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yeah, it's still not good. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at her desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me into the corner of the room. About yesterday. Yes, this is new. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. You probably come to blows and you probably fight, but that's mostly human. So don't worry about me. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry that much. You don't have to worry too much. Yes, right, because I'm still madly in love with this woman, and I understand what was going on, even if this is a complicated situation. I'm not blinded by love. I'm not going to say the woman was right, but Natsuki did start an argument. So, this is a complicated situation that we need to talk out. But don't worry, I don't hate you. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Yeah, like there was a person that was supposed to be here that wasn't. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. Well, Fonto is being a naive fuckhead right about now, but I know that you probably are a bad person, Yuri, but that's not going to keep me away from you. Because we're all kind of bad people. Right? Just like you said in that little blurb you didn't want to get out. Right, the world is full of awful people, and sometimes we do feel worthless, but that doesn't mean that we are. This is one of the things that a intimate, romantic relationship between a man and a woman, or anything else, I suppose, but I'm going on what I learned, and I'm straight, so forgive me. But this is one of the things that kind of intimate cooperation and relationship can do. Yeah, sure, it might seem a little bit, codependent, some people might want to say, but through that, you can vindicate each other, and heal and grow. And that's what I wanted. Fortunately, no woman ever wanted that from me. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Ah, Fontaman. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. Oh, if Yuri could hear what I'm saying over, if Yuri could hear my commentary right now in between scenes, she would be horrified, but maybe she'd also be aroused at the same time. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying? The truth, woman. Keep talking. Do you want me to push you into that closet? Because I will if you keep this up. Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. I'm concerned too, because the mad woman pulling the strings is not in the room right now. But maybe she doesn't want to deal with this certain situation, and maybe she wants me to suffer through getting these two to talk to each other, but it seems as though Natsuki is determined to ignore it. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Oh, no. Did you do something yesterday? Oh, no. Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Okay, video game, I'm now worried again. I was worried before, slightly distantly in the back part of my mind about where Monica was, but, now I'm concerned even more. Where are you going with this? Because there's a couple ways that this could lead. I don't even remember anything bad happening. That's what concerns me. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Yuri, if you're concerned, don't be alarmed. I am also concerned. I am also very concerned. But... Neeble, sailcloth, blind sight, lifeline, anon, receptically, faultlessly offered sacramenta, nide? What the fuck? I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Okay, now I'm just... Okay, so now you've lost me again, video game. Okay, so I actually wanted to get back here because I felt like I was getting a little bit too in tune with the tropes here, but no, okay, you still got surprises back there. Good, I'm happy. Where the fuck are you going now? But goddamn it if you take my woman from me. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Oh. Well, damn. Isn't Natsuki just the prosecutor here? Caught me red-handed showing feelings. Showing feelings of an almost human nature! This will not do, according to Monica, apparently. Hey, suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. She was busy just fucking with the simulation again, Monica. What is your plan? Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried about or anything. Nah, well, Natsuki was. I was not. Yes, she was. Ha ha ha, but lighten the mood there. What took you so long anyway? Haha. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, That must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Ah, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Yeah, like the background music. Ah, that's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Fontaman. That's a lie. You will let me down. And you will laugh as I emotionally suffer this disappointment. Not just for the piano solo, but for everything that you are putting me through right now. But yeah, I suppose you're trying to help with Natsuki, but I'm not sure what the fuck's going on anymore. I really don't. I really, really don't. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. But I am the whole club here, and those women are just cutouts. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Fontaman, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. Bizarre as things are, yes! Yes, please! Continue on and let's get moving here, because this is starting to worry the shit out of me. I mean, it was already worrying, but let's just go hold hands over there. I mean, in the club, and outside of the club? I'd go for either. And both, please, both. Yes, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? No, woman, you're showing the exact right kind of force. Please, show enthusiasm for spending time with me. Please, continue. I'm sorry, you do not have to apologize. The one thing that I want more than anything, I suppose, is a woman that is enthusiastic about spending time with me like this, and also one that I can romantically hold hands with, but enthusiastic about wanting to spend time with me, please, dear fucking God. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Can I hear it? Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. No, please, get more excited. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. What will you be focusing on? Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as he retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Okay. Can you hold on? Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Legs for years. Got it. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Okay, fine, I'll stand here like a good little boy. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Okay, so that's somewhat nice, I suppose, with Monica. She wouldn't be bullying you, would you? You aren't being bullied, main character, right? Right? I'm not sure of her motivations right now. I'm really not sure what's going on. I'm worried, but you know what? I want to have the nice ride. I want to hold hands with Yuri. And have some tea and talk about nerd shit. Please. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. I am now outside the bounds of reality. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha oh. Ha. Ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Oh. Oh. I was half joking about the masturbation masturbation comment, Yuri, but please. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. But let's go. Oh, sweet mother of fucking God. Oh, sweet mother of God. I was also joking about the cutting remarks. Woman, what are you doing? Yeah, right, that didn't happen. Woman, don't fucking test me. I went back for Wingman. I will come back for you. Don't fucking do that. I was afraid of that. I was really afraid of that. I wasn't dissuaded by it, but I was really fucking afraid to see that. Okay, so Yuri is in fact a cutter. Woman, if you just talk to me, you don't have to do that anymore. I'm back. Yes, you're back. Right. Thanks for waiting patiently. I'm starting to break the game. Fontaman, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. No, I have no idea what that is. Does it have blood in it? I bet it has blood in it. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. You want to roll back that sleeve, sweetheart, so I can double check here? In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and a bit of slicing. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. You know, guys, again, no spoilers, so that poem that I wrote from the previous evening is, yes, we're having a moment about Yuri expressing herself and struggling to do so. And I seem to have wrote the exact right poem for that situation. It's almost like I wrote the anime. Maybe I can do this writing thing, huh? I'm still fucking worried, though. It turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. Yeah, I'll just make sure all the knives are in the cupboards. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. Yeah, right, don't do that. You're always worrying about me, Fontaman. Yeah, I am, because the women in this game worry me. It's a lot to worry about! It's very endearing. Well, I'm glad you care, but Jesus. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I can, forever. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Fontaman, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why, but sure. Why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. Okay. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It couldn't be cutting or anything like that. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! That's not it. I have terrible reading posture. Right. No, she doesn't. But I'm scared to ask. but I will anyway if I could, but I can't. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it goes well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer now. And then that's when I start to feel the blood kind of rubbing off on my uniform. And that's where I get worried again, but that didn't happen apparently. That's not a route that we could have gone down. I can't see too well. Yuri slides until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? I don't think we should be focusing on the reading thing. I think we should be focusing on the girl currently for several reasons. Top being concern, and also right under that being love and affection. It's kind of hard to treat a woman as a sex object if she's cutting herself. Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand, it's... Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Do you want to get dirty, Yuri? Again, cutting herself. Can't be really making those jokes right now, but again, I'm not dissuaded by the blackness that I have seen, even though I got exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see what was back there, and I saw a bit of it. I'm not dissuaded, I'm concerned, because I like what's there. There's little parts of it that could be fixed. There's little parts that could be relieved in safe, less destructive manners to save all that is good, and there's a lot of good in this woman. The cutting is a bit extreme, and also homicidal urges may also be a bit extreme. More than a bit extreme. That we have to manage, because that's just good etiquette. Other than that, though, I'm sure me and her can find a really degenerate hobby to just relieve ourselves with. Like holding hands? You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. That's a sad, depressed little look, but I kind of knew that was in there. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. Yes, exactly. I apprehensively put the chocolate in her mouth. Consume, Yuri. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yes. It's very natural, wasn't it? It's almost like it was meant to be. Right? 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 Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Fontaman. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Fontaman. Yes, Yuri? Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Fontaman. Yes, Yuri? My heart won't stop pounding, Fontaman. I have a name, an actual name here, and I would absolutely love for a woman to say that in this situation, but, yeah, no, we're fucking in the closet. We are fucking in the closet. Good! Good! And then maybe we'll have a talk about the cutting later. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Fontaman? Yes, woman. Yes, woman, I feel it. Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Yes, woman, I feel it. Your desire, it's overflowing. You can no longer hold yourself back, and you're throwing yourself at me now. However, I am not the least bit dissuaded or disgusted by this fact. Some of your practices may be worrying, but we can work on that. There's enough to save here. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Are you? Or are you just falling madly in love here? Are we about to get really freaky in the back of a classroom? I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want me to look at you. Oh, sweet Jesus. That's a little disturbing. Ha! Well, there's the blackness part that makes it disturbing. Woman, calm down. You can stare at me all you want. Ha. 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 She's doing the breathy head. You know, this is creepy because it's meant to be creepy, but joke's on you, I'm still aroused. The cutting thing is going to be taken care of. I'm not fucking with that. I am absolutely not taking any chances with that. But no, woman, you could look at me and you can obsess about me. I'll hold your face and make sure you're still staring at me. We can be close like this and we can obsess about each other. A lot. You're probably still going to need therapy and medication though. But we'll do that together because you know what? I'm fucked up too. But ladies and gentlemen at home, if you expected me to be, disgusted and creeped out about this, you were wrong. But it is a little disturbing. But you know what? You look past a lot for women, don't you? And right now, honey, we can be way more involved in window shopping. Come here. Ah! What do you want, you meddling harlot? You're spoiling the moment! Monica, you really ruined a moment here. We had a really good moment going there. We were about to get really fucking just weird in a broom closet. You just had to go fuck with that, didn't you? But then again, ladies and gentlemen, if you expected me to be caught off guard by that, I was. However, yeah, no, I'm still aroused. I'm still totally on this route. This woman has some problems that needed to be sorted out, but as a man, I expected to need to do these things, and this is exactly why I went back for Sayuri as well, even though that woman doesn't exist. Who is Sayuri? That didn't happen. Nobody hung themselves. I didn't have a childhood friend. That just happens in anime. The exact same reasoning, the exact same urges to protect, to hold, to attempt to heal. They're there. And Yuri is, well, she's attractive. The staring eyes are a little disturbing there, but you know what? I can get used to that because those are my woman's eyes. And she wants to obsess about me. She wants to obsess over me in a kind of a creepy way. But you know what? When we're that close and she's staring at me and, she's exhaling and I'm inhaling the hot breath, shit gets a little weird, extremely weird, extremely fast there, and I stop caring about certain things. I suppose that's normal, though. Not to get too weird on you, but yeah, no, that was still, in a very strange way, still really fucking hot in a really fucked up way. But yeah, no, the eyes are obviously meant to be in a way that's intentionally disturbing. And that they were. That was kind of killing the boner. But, if I just kind of pretended that they weren't that creepy. Yeah, no, it came right back. But anyway, we weren't doing anything. It's a high school anime. It's time to share poems. I think it's time to share a lot of things. Who should I show my poem to first? Maybe Yuri. Let's try Yuri first. Let's push down on it really hard. I've been waiting for this. A lot of people have been waiting for this, Yuri. A lot of people have been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. A poem that's really, really, really on point for what the fuck just happened. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Fontaman. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Well, to be entirely blunt about it, when, I get excited by women and, horny, I tend to actually focus really hard on what the fuck I'm doing, and that tends to lead to progress very quickly in certain areas. It's not perfect, though, and it leads to me looking rather disturbing in some cases. But you know what? It happens. Everyone has something that gets their motor running, and shockingly, cute girls get my motor running, and even more when they want to have really, really disturbing, intimate moments with me that we will never talk about with anyone else. But that's what intimacy is. That's just between us. Just me, Yuri, and that really fucked up stare. But I know what that stare is, and it's kind of endearing in a really fucked up way. But then again, I may be just the most fucked up person here. I may be outdoing Yuri, even though, yeah, I have never and never had, and probably never will have the urge to cut myself, as depressed as I am about certain elements. But I could see, kinda, sorta, how that could happen, but no. I will be the man in the black, the black musical, parade uniform and just carry the wounded woman to health. I would help a lot and endure a lot for love. But yes, I've already stated this, and people who have watched this Let's Play know more about this than anyone else. Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. And her hands appear sweaty. Oh, right, yeah, right. You know what it is? I think I understand the staring. I think I really understand the staring in a really fucked up sort of way. I think I understand why she wants to stare at us. And while that's, enthralling to, sexually arousing to her, is because she spends so much time in her head that all she does is create imagery, and that's the only thing that's kind of keeping her happy, and so she wants to stare at us to create imagery inside her head. She's detaching herself from reality, and that's kind of worrying, but we're the object of her affection. So we've got an advantage for yanking her back into reality and making some of those images real, but I think part of Yuri's problem is that she's just withdrawn into her head. She's getting high more off of being locked up in her imagination than anything around her. Which would, explain the withdrawal moments and probably why she feels so horribly fucking lonely and uncomfortable around people. I get it. If that's what it is, I totally get it. But yeah, no, please stare at me. More. But what about sweaty hands? What about do you want Yuri, this might be incredibly lewd to unsanitary in these current times, but you wanna just hold sweaty hands now? She heard me. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Fontaman. Yeah, I know where this is going! Everything that you write is a treasure to me. She's getting really obsessive, and this is spiraling into a really codependent relationship, but you know what? In a somewhat unwise way, and saying this out loud kind of puts me in a position, I guess, but I wanted to save a woman. So this woman being kind of fucked up like this in a way that I can kind of understand is You know, maybe what I wanted in a really fucked up way, even though looking at the reality of it, it is really, really, really unsettling in some cases to some people. I am not dissuaded because you do a lot for love. My heart pounds just holding it. Do you want to go back in the broom closet? Is it that much? Haha. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Please, let me know what's going on inside that fucked up little head of yours. Please. Is that bad, Fontaman? No, it's not. You know, in a back off insane, not aroused, horny Fonto way, it's better that she express these feelings in a productive manner rather than holding it in and cutting herself. See, I'm a good boyfriend. Right? I'm not being weird, right? Not at all. Or really, not in weird ways that would offend me as a person who is also... You know, most people today aren't well, and I'm not really breaking from that trend. But no, woman, please, act as weird as you want. I'll just work around it. I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. This is what happens when we have to express ourselves. We may worry ourselves, right? It may lead to bad things happening, but we also might get what we want. We might also sate our desires and be happy and content. I saw that pop up in the writing for the poems, but it didn't seem right. There was an order of things that I was trying to do, and it didn't really help that it's randomized and I don't necessarily get the orders, but perhaps Yuri chose anyway for me, Here I was writing a poem about the indecision of having to choose between maybe potentially getting what you want and risking pain and misery and not seeming to find a way to make it not a risk, and then Yuri pulls me into a broom closet and makes a decision, a really, really big decision, and exposes herself as not quite right in the head. But you know what? That's what I wanted. In a really fucked up way, that's what I wanted. It's still really creepy though. But you know what? It's the thought behind it that, you know, she wants to use us to generate happy imagery to fill her horrible, sad, lonely life. And if I could do that for the woman just by standing in front of her like that, I'll endure that creepy smile just as long as she isn't hurting herself. Please, no. That's a way better option. I'll take one for the team on that one, really. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too. Okay? Yes, fine. Wheel. Okay. A rotating wheel, turning on an axle, grinding. Bolt head? Bolt head linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. This is deep, and I cannot see. I do not know what that says. A harness. Parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times a day. 40 times. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolt head of holy... bolt head or bulkhead? I can't tell. I'm going to say bulk since it looks like an L. of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes or stakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Okay, so I have no idea what to make of that, but this is... Okay, you've stumped me, because I can't analyze this. The only thing that this seems like, this is a pile of imagery. It's fucking really original imagery since the only intent that I can think of is that she knows this is nearly incomprehensible, and she is trying to produce imagery. Interesting imagery. She's trying to suggest that you think about these things, which makes sense because imagery gets this girl off. Her imagination running wild and leaving the world behind is the only happiness that she can have, apparently, from what I can tell. That's my theory. And so, yeah, this is esoteric and barely like comprehensible, but the idea is she's just trying to create nearly impossible to thought-provoking imagery. She's trying to get you to go, she's trying to, from what I can tell, get you to go, wow. Well, that is kind of a cool concept to think about. She's trying to produce the images of the things that she is stating in every, well, sentence fragment here, because it's all stated objects, period, stated objects, period, stated objects, period. So, yeah, no, this woman spends a little bit too much time in her head. However, this kind of imagination, this is powerful and it's very useful, which is why we will temper this woman. We will help this woman in this engine of imagination, this vision. This is very, 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 very powerful. However, this could very easily destroy itself as we are starting to see the problems arise with her. Problems that can be fixed. We can find other ways for sating urges. Because what is inside here is valuable. It's not just because she looks cute. It is, funnily enough, and this seems like the most contrarian, empty thing to say, but I do like her personality. And what she's hiding is probably more endearing than disgusting. However, she still has problems that need to be monitored and treated, and pressure needs to be let off. But I think I understand the madness that this woman is currently feeling, because in some ways, it is fairly reminiscent of my own madness. I just never really got to this extent, though. I would usually keep something like this inside my head. I wouldn't go through the extent of writing it down. Usually. I know I did this sort of exercise at least once where I just wrote down random fucking words that came to mind and tried to actually process something when I wasn't feeling terribly great. But that... I think I get it, but it's still incomprehensible. It's still incomprehensible other than it just creating imagery. But I think that's the point of Yuri. It's just imagery. Imagery that creates thought that is better than reality. That's why she wants to stare at us. And in that way, it makes sense. I don't know if I'm right, but in that way, to me, it makes sense. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That's a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and yes, because it's mine, and because thinking about her is thinking about me is something that gets those gears spinning very, very fast and very, very vibrantly and powerful. I'm in her head. Her imagining me does quantifiably, with no illusion or exaggeration, get her horny and hot under the collar. Holy shit, boys, we did it. We seriously gave a girl a case of the Doki Dokis here. But now we're responsible for this woman, and you know what? I'm ready to take up that responsibility. But unfortunately, the sad thing is, I know it will probably be ripped from me in some sort of horrible cataclysm. And she's not real at the end of the day, even if it didn't happen. So that is the shame. But here's me, being the knight that I am, willing to run headfirst into the screaming blackness to save a woman, but there being no woman that wants me to do that for her. What a shame. Yes, please, Yuri, keep talking, because honestly, I'm still very, very much intrigued by what's falling out of your head. I just really like the way that it writes. Because it's my pen, and you think about it, and you're starting to lose yourself in reality when you think about that. So I wrote a poem. I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. And I was touching it. But you were touching it before because it's yours. And I touched it when you were touching it. And now you're touching what I touched. What you touched. You're thinking way too hard. But no, I'm someone who thinks way too fucking hard. And I can see where this is going. And there's love behind it. Gallons of lust also in there that may be confused with love, but there's an attraction behind it. There's genuine feelings behind it. And that's the fucked up but kind of arousing thing. Ahaha. Yuri, if you're trying to scare me, it's not fucking working. Because it may be me and my maturity, or it may be that I'm just as fucked up as you. Don't know yet, but if you're trying to scare me, it's not working. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? Yuri? I will if you actually admit that you're actually just absolutely enthralled with me, but you know what? I don't think you need to say it anymore. You just pinned me in a broom closet and stared at me. I breathe the carbon dioxide that came out of your lungs, girl. You're ruined for marriage. You can keep the poem, though. But yeah, let's move on after that one. No, that girl is absolutely fucking enthralled with me because of what I do to her imagination. And I'm okay with that. She just needs a lot of help. Let's go with Natsuki, who will obviously hate it. Yeah, just as I thought. Fontaman, come on. I'm not stupid. I know how much time you've been spending with Yuri. It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. What if Natsuki, that's entirely incorrect because my own natural choices, not ignoring the points, lead me to score incredibly high with Yuri. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the ball spins as it falls there. That's just fate. Can't help it. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. I don't give a fuck, because that woman is absolutely enthralled with me. And that just makes me feel like $1,000,000. Why are you even in this club, Fontaman? Because I was asked to join, and I quite like the place. Honestly. I already know what's going on here, too. She's insulting us because we're not following her style, and she likes us, but we're not getting close to her, so she's kind of being made to feel inadequate because we're siding with Yuri instead of her, unfortunately. And someone's gonna get disappointed here. And that's unavoidable. So, this is the consequence of making a decision. I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together. Well, unfortunately, me and Yuri just line up a little bit too well. Not exclude each other even more. Natsuki, I don't think your poems are bad. This is such a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood today. I just really don't feel like talking right now. Please go away. I guess I won't be reading her poem now because I failed Natsuki's route that hard. But no, okay, yeah, no, I get it. I understand. And this is the downside. This is the horrible nature of what my decisions have led me to. This is... Yuri expressed herself in a really, really compromising and kind of unsightly way. And she's just lucky I'm fucked up enough to actually understand what the hell she's doing and actually still like her. However, my decision to express myself, to be honest, and then line up with Yuri more than Natsuki leads to me offending Natsuki. And that's the negative side of me expressing myself honestly. I have upset Natsuki. So hey, wow, it's almost like I've completely underscored the plot here on my own by accident. Just by using theory. Wow. Boy howdy. We're doing some life-changing shit here, but Monica now. This is, I won't say I'm fucking brilliant, but I seem to have accidentally wrote a pretty good part of what the fuck I'm doing. I seem to have played the main character part in a rather sensible and upstanding fashion here. Fontaman, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. Yuri's fucked in the head, but she wants me. And I can use that as an advantage to help her. There's no problem here, Monica, aside from you getting in the way. I wouldn't want to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Wow, that was blunt. Yeah, no, that's, wow, you just dropped it into my lap. I want to fix that, though. So, how do we fix that? Isn't that kind of messed up? It is, but I understand that it's because of problems that are pre-existing that I am willing to stare down and help her fix. So yes, it is kind of fucked up, but you're not taking me off the path here. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. Wow. Okay, so yeah, Monica's just jumping this on us. I think I know what Monica's trying to do. She's trying to get us off the route here. She's trying to get us to leave these girls behind because they're more danger to us than they're seemingly worth. And again, theory, that's why she had Sayuri kill herself, because she was, to her, weighing us down because of her problems. But hey, I'm the kind of guy that will charge straight into that, because you know what? Helping a woman like that is something that I wanted to do with my life. I can think of no grander adventure or objective than to help a woman out of those problems, and also be emotionally, you know, involved with that woman as well. I expect her to help for her to help me out with my problems as well. However, dangerous fixation is very dangerous fixation. It's still a problem for someone to be that enthralled to the point where they're self-harming. So that's bad. However, leaving them like that is not good. It's not good to walk away from that either. So now that I know about it, I suppose it may be my foolish manly pride, but I cannot simply just walk away and do nothing. I have to walk into that, whether it's for love and my own motivations or to just help a person. And I suppose that's the kind of person I grew up to be under all my problems. But yes, Monica, please tell me more about how awful Yuri is. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it, which is interesting. It might even be like a sexual thing. Aside from the cutting thing, you know, if I could fix that, sure. Sure. Again, this may seem a little bit untoward. It may seem a bit untoward and not very sightly, not very, you know, photogenic on me, but no, I'll wade into that problem. I will wade into that problem, because what I would hope is that that woman will understand what I am doing and will, you know, value me as a person as well for doing that. Because that's a lot of effort that I'm about to fucking do. But I want to do it because I care, and I hope by doing that, she will also care about me. And we will form a bond, which will last a considerable amount of time. A lifetime, I hope. Forever, if possible, but humans die, so perhaps nothing lasts forever. But a strong, intimate bond. And yeah, there's some kind of fucked up shit in there. There is some really kind of fucked up shit in there. But that means that person needs help. Probably the person that needs the most help. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her, and I will confront her and stop her from doing that if I get the option. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it to you. I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be the best for her. If we wanted to ignore the fucking problem, yes, but no. Yeah, sure, I may not be able to fix the woman myself. She may have to go to a therapist and be on medication. Clearly. But I'm not gonna just stop and ignore the problem. That's horrible. That's gonna make the problem worse. And even, yeah, it will probably lead to a absolutely worse end, even, really. She may go back to normal, or she may do something drastic if she feels like she's losing me. I'm kind of, damned if I do, damned if I don't here. So I'm gonna go forward and make the decisions that may be the horrible decisions that, will lead to the bad end, but I think I'm gonna be led to a bad end no matter what I do. So I might actually be damned if I do, damned if I don't, but I will go with the intent that I will help this woman with her problems, the same way I would have helped Sayori before you made her kill herself. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little bit more time with me. Is that your fucking game? Is that really your fucking game? Is that what it is? You're trying to make the other women around you with really bad problems just break and disappear so that you can have me to yourself? I was afraid that was it, but you know what? I'm still gonna hold that theory to my chest and see what happens. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. No, you fucking don't. You just admitted you had no idea what to do in a crisis situation. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Yeah, no. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful, no colors, there's missing. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless cacophony! Screaming, of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, I think? Speaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. That's dark. Endless. This is kind of a revision of the other one, but there's some words have changed. Delete her. No. Stop killing my girlfriends, Monica! Stop! You won't listen. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. You're in pain too. I understand that you're in pain, but goddamn it, woman. Let me have my own damn choices. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. That's it, isn't it? That's it, isn't it? Okay, look, Monica. I'll cut you a fucking deal. I'll get you out of this hellhole. If you help me save Yuri. But I know you won't do that. But that's what I try to strike a deal here. That's what I try to do, but... Oh, I know what's going on here. I think I understand what's going on. Okay, but that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes, I would. Because unfortunately, I need to know everything. But I understand what's going on here, and it's... Well, I'll save my thoughts on it for the end. When we're faced with this. Or faced with maybe a decision. I think I know what I'm going to do, though. but I'm still going to sit and deliberate on it. It's a difficult decision, isn't it? It seems like one. But let's see. So what's the special poem today? A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. This isn't helping the decision that I know I'm going to have to make. Oh, my instincts seem to be right, but I will speak my words when we are at this impasse.